All right, Shalom. Want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to you, sincere Akim out there that's continuing to labor in his work. Now, I just want to go into a quick lesson dealing with how to coexist with the world, you know, because being in this truth, what you got to understand is you got to still be able to navigate through the world. Because for one, we're not in the kingdom yet. So you got to understand you're going to have co-workers if you got a job, you got neighbors, even around your family. You got to understand that while being in this truth, it's a certain way you got to carry yourself, all right? And basically that's that way you should carry yourself is to be wise as a serpent or shrewd, okay? You can't go out here in the world and impose your will or try to make people understand these scriptures, okay? Because you got a time where you go out and teach, all right? On Saturdays, all right, some brothers go out on certain days, maybe Sundays. But speaking for myself, we hold camp on Saturdays, all right? And that's the time you go out and push the word, all right? And all during the week, you stay in the spirit, all right? You must pray continually and you put up videos. But you got to remember, we're not in the kingdom yet. You still got to exist with the world. And that means if you go out, you got a job, 9 times out of 10, your boss is an Edomite, all right, and he might give you an order to do something. You can't buck up and say, look, you the devil and you going into slavery, all right? Because for one, yeah, it's going to get fired. And what that's going to display basically is that you have no wisdom, man, all right? Because wisdom is an attribute, you know, and it's a weapon that you got to use when navigating through the world. Why is that? Because we're not in the kingdom yet, man. All right? And I'm finna go into a quick precept to start off this lesson to confirm that. All right? This is the book of John, St. John 17 and 15. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. Yeah, and that's our Lord Yahweh Shai praying for the elect. And he prayed that the Heavenly Father do not take us out of the world. All right? So that means you can't be all dormant up in your house, never going out and just trying to separate from the world. Because why is that? You in the world. But it's a way you got to navigate through it. All right? You can't be over righteous, okay, when you dealing out amongst the world. Because for one, you got to understand the world is your enemy and we behind enemy lines. And to go out there and just impose your will on this world, they're going to resent you, man. All right? They probably resent you, goddamn call the cops on you. Just do some ill, wicked shit, all right? That's why the scriptures say, be not over righteous, righteous over much. Why should thou destroy thyself? Because you got to understand we are amongst our enemies. So you gotta camouflage or blend in. All right, that don't mean go out and act like a nigga. All right, you gotta understand how to discern. All right, when you around your coworkers, and they talking some crazy shit, and they might ask you a question. All right, you answer the question, man. You move on like it's just a normal day. Even though in your spirit you might be vexed from the things you seeing day to day, but you got to know that you in this world. We're not in the kingdom yet, all right? Being in this world is a part of that straight and narrow, man. That's why the scriptures say we sigh and cry for the abominations that is done therein. Because if you're not around these wicked people to see the abominations, then you're not going to sigh and cry. All right? So I'm going to read that again. This is John 17 and 15. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. And what's that evil? The bad times to come. Because here it is. We here in the world, all right? We right amongst Jake, all right? Me speaking for myself, I'm right amongst Jake, man. Okay? Right here in the hood. But, I carry myself in a certain way. Well, they know it's something mysterious about me, okay? But at the end of the day, they wondering, all right? I'm wonder after of, but they can't get a beat on what I'm about. Why is that? Because I'm not running around trying to basically conform nobody to this thing of ours, man. All right. And speaking on my own behalf, and this goes out to you younger brothers out there, and I don't mean age. All right. It's not talking about a physical age. I'm talking about in the spirit. For the brothers who just coming in, speaking on my own behalf, all right, from experience, coming into this truth, I used to try to impose my will, all right, teach my mom, my father, my brothers and shit like that. Okay, but now I'm more seasoned in this truth. I understand that it's not for everybody, man. You know? I can even hear guys talking about the scriptures, man, and I just hold my peace, man. Okay, but the spirit got us where we go out on the highways and hedges, all right? That's the platform where we're gonna get the elect, okay? Not just randomly up in the corner store, all right? You pull a guy to the side and be like, you're an Israelite. That's not how you rock, all right? You gotta be wise as a serpent, man. Okay? This is the book of Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Yeah, that's right. So Yahweh Shai is the one who got us out here in the world, all right? Because all these people around us is wolves, man. Okay? And hey, look, man, being around Jake is spiritual, man. Okay? And what I mean by that, not in the true spirit. Let me rephrase that. They superstitious and they real religious, okay, but they spiritual people. All right? They got a zeal for the most high. So being around these average Jake, you around wolves. Okay, you tell a nigga that Cesare Borgia the devil, he liable to pull out his strap and blow your damn head off, man. So you amongst wolves. Okay, you you got to know how to harness this power. All right, the scriptures tell you, do not cast your pearls to swine. All right, we dealing with the secret. We dealing in the shadows of the heavenly Father. Okay, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So that's the key. Wise as serpents, man. You can't go out and wear your emotions on your sleeves. Okay, and get all bent out of shape. I'm tired of Jake. Look at Jake. Man, hey, fuck them. We already know what's going to happen. They're going to be destroyed, man. 2/3 of our people, man. All right, when you go out on the highways and hedges, that's when you doing the work to call in the men, man. All during the week when you got to go to work or you around your neighbors, you got to be dealing wise as a serpent, man. All right? It's the book of Proverbs 27 and 12. All right? Because some men who claim to be in this truth, they really don't got wisdom, all right? And they get themselves jammed up, okay? This truth will get you jammed up, man, because it actually cuts people, man. You cut people, man. And that's another thing I had to realize, man. Talking to my mom, I wasn't even trying to cut them, all right? But the word cuts people, man. And people get offended, man. You could be talking to somebody about the word and all the time, they resent you, man. They can't wait till you slip up so they can jam you up. So you got to understand this power we harnessing. All right, this truth is the main enemy of the 2/3. Why you think they put all the prophets to death? Why you think Yahweh Shai cried out, O Jerusalem, who slay the prophets? Because it was of this word. So you got to be careful with this word among the world, okay? You got to be wise as a serpent and know how to navigate through, man. This is Proverbs 27 and 12. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So there you have it, all right, the prudent man, all right? And when you go into that word prudent, it actually means shrewd, okay? And that's what you got to be, shrewd as a serpent, man. And I'm going to end off with an example of a man of the Lord, how he showed his shrewdness, all right, to get out of a situation, the Apostle Paul. All right, this is Acts 22, and I start at 20. And when the blood of the martyr Stephen was shed, I also was standing by and consented unto his death and kept the raiment of them that slew him. And he said unto me, Depart, for I will send thee far hence unto the Gentiles. And they gave him audience unto this word, and then lifted up their voices and said, Away with such a fellow from the earth, for it is not fit that he should live. So to set the stage, Paul was speaking, and the crowd said, Look, let's kill this dude. He's not fit to live. All right? Verse 23, and as they cried out and cast off their clothes and threw dust into the air. So hey, they was hell bent on killing Paul. The chief captain commanded him to be brought into the castle and bade that he should be examined by scourging, that he may know wherefore they cried so against him. So they was finna send out the order to scourge Paul, all right, beat him. And as they bound him with thongs, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, Is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned? When the centurion heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying, Take heed what thou doest, for this man is a Roman. So basically, Paul dealt like a serpent. That was a shrewd act to get him out of trouble, man. Okay, and that's wisdom. That's the mindset you got to have when you come into this truth, because you got to know that you're in the world. Now I'm gonna jump to the last verse. On the morrow, all right, the next day, because he would have known the certainty wherefore he was accused of the Jews, he loosed him from his bands and commanded the chief priests and all their council to appear, and brought Paul down and set him before them. So basically, they let Paul go, man, from that situation. All right. Why was that? Because he was able to deal with wisdom and wise as a serpent. And that's what the message I related you Akim out there. Okay. Being in this truth, you got to understand how to navigate as a serpent, man. All right. And so with that, I hope you was edified. Until the next time. Shalom.